Greetings, this is Brian Jarris, CFP from Ville Wealth Management. We offer virtual wealth management nationally, and we're located in Northeast Ohio. Let's talk about some of our core services. We do not charge extra for financial planning. We make sure that each client gets a plan, it's implemented, and we're updating each and every year. Let's talk about investment management. We keep our investment management and portfolio fees in total under 1%. Estate planning. We've got a great partnership with Encore Estate Plan where we can do a basic estate plan for less than $1,000. If you got a more complex situation, we're more than willing to work with some local attorneys. Let's talk about risk management. We got some great partnerships with some great life insurance companies. Here are some highlights from Ville Wealth Management, but I wanted to talk about the three main reasons we're getting new clients. Number one, some clients haven't heard from their advisor in months or even longer. And when they do hear from their advisor, it's just to sell them something. Now, if your advisor has more than 100 clients, they probably are too busy to even service you. So that's a good reason for you to reach out to Ville Wealth Management. Second, some clients are paying too much in fees or they have no idea how much fees they're paying. So if you're paying anywhere from 1% to 2%, that's another good reason to reach out to Ville Wealth Management. Third, some advisors offer planning, but they've never given you a plan. So if you haven't received a plan from your advisor, they're either too busy because they have too many clients or they don't have that expertise, where I've been doing this for over 20 years. So what's our passion at Ville Wealth Management? Well, only 36% of people actually have a financial plan. 70% of plan recommendations are not implemented. 58% of people do not have an estate plan, and those that do, half of those need updated. So our passion is we want to make sure that more people have financial planning. Why? Because 96% of the people that have a plan feel more confident that they're going to reach their goals. So at Ville Wealth Management, we want to make sure that every client has a plan, it's implemented, and it's reviewed annually. So who do we serve? We serve individuals and families, and we specialize on those aged 50 to 65 in preparing for a successful retirement. So why passive investing? Well, per Morningstar, only 7% of the large cap active managers beat their passive peers over the past decade. And per Vanguard, only 7.3% of the stocks in the Russell 3000 drove the majority of the returns. So what's the bottom line? As an active manager, it's really tough to beat the market, especially over a decade. So what do we focus on at Ville Wealth Management? We focus on the Ville Wealth Alpha. So per a Vanguard study, they found that if you do the right things and as an advisor, you can add almost an additional 3% of benefit. So we focus on things like asset allocation, rebalancing, low expense ratios, what's the withdrawal order, coaching our clients, tax loss harvesting, and financial planning. So let's talk about our fair and reasonable fees. At Ville Wealth Management, with the discount, you'll start at 88 basis points and get even lower from there. When you compare that to our competitors, they're anywhere from 1.25% to 1.5%. You look at our total portfolio fees, we're at 4 basis points, where our competitors are anywhere from 50 to 65 basis points. So kind of the main objective here is I want my clients to pay a fee that I'd be willing to pay myself. So what's our process? It's very simple. Just click on Let's Connect and set up your first introductory meeting. Here we'll spend 30 minutes getting to know each other, seeing if we're a good fit for you and vice versa. Next, we'll start with the Ville Wealth Client Agreement and we'll move into a planning discovery process. Here we'll spend anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half really diving into your goals and objectives, setting up your client portal, and really moving into the planning process. So our planning process is extremely comprehensive, and here are some of the main highlights that we'll focus on in each and every plan. Every client gets a planning portal. We'll build out your net worth using account aggregation. We'll track your goals, income, savings, and expenses. We'll build a retirement analysis for you. We'll take a look at a tax estimate where we can save money in the future. We'll take a look at your estate planning. We have a nice vault to store all the important documents, and most importantly, we have the plan implementation schedule. Here's another great planning advantage. If you load your tax returns in the planning vault, we can do a thorough analysis and look for opportunities for tax strategies to save you money going forward. So why the name Ville Wealth Management? Well, I came from a close-knit community, hardworking people in Southeast Ohio. We called that area the Ville. Enthusiastic sports fans, really delicious pizza, and all the parents wanted a better life for their children. So if you're looking for anything that we talked about today, if this all sounds good, please reach out to me at villewealth.com. Set up that introductory meeting. Thank you for listening.